Another personality disorder that he spoke about was narcissistic personality disorder. It's a great term. Even you're smiling because everybody loves this word narcissist.
Right.
You're a narcissist. He's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. We have some idea of what it means from that Greek chap who used to look at himself in the lake,
Narcissus,
and then
yes.
he narcissus, yes, and then he froze or something like that.
He actually fell in the lake.
He fell in the lake, okay,
and died.
And he died. Well, that's what you get basically.
Yeah.
So what is narcissistic personality disorder, and how common is it, and how do you stop it? Because it seems to be quite well hidden.
So, narcissistic personality disorder, as the name suggests, is one of the personality disorders. And it is marked by a lot of grandiosity, a lot of desire for admiration, and also a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Along with that, these people can be very entitled. They may have a tendency to be very arrogant. They may feel that everybody is envious of them, while actually they may be very envious of other people. And there's also a tendency to have fantasies of unlimited success, unlimited power, ideal love, ultimate beauty, and all that.
Who doesn't have fantasies like that?
So, all of us, I believe, have one or two traits, I guess. But at the same time, they have a tendency to be, because of their lack of empathy, they have a tendency to be very inconsiderate. Another thing is because of their grandiosity and need for admiration, they have an ego which doesn't seem to be in line, or they do not have what are called commensurate achievements. And someone can have this personality disorder, say a 1 in 100. So statistics say in DSM clearly it is said that 0.5 to 1% people can have narcissistic personality disorder. However, when we say narcissism, we may actually mean narcissistic traits. So people can have minor or major narcissistic traits, but for the disorder, you need at least 5 traits out of 9.
Which are the 5? Which are the 9?
So the ones that I just spoke about. So there is the sense of grandiosity, lack of empathy, there is excessive need for admiration, then there's arrogance, these fantasies of unlimited success, power, and a lot of entitlement. And yes, exploitative in interpersonal relationships. That is a very important trait. So they tend to be very exploitative in interpersonal relationships.
So there has to be a strong dysfunctional element to it.
Yes.
Just having some things, I would say I have at least 2-3 of those things. I had them.
Right.
But you have to have those heavier ones as well.
You need to have, yeah. And there has to be dysfunction. That's right. It has to be. The other thing is that the person has to be above 18 for diagnosis. And these traits should have been there for a long time because it's a personality disorder. It cannot be that nowadays they're acting like this. So then it's probably not a personality disorder.
So can you give me an example of how to spot one? Because they are also high functioning.
They often are very high functioning because, they need their grandiosity, they need their entitlement, and they have these amazing fantasies of success. So they usually tend to work hard for this success. The problem is that if you look at their interpersonal relationships, those are the places where you will be able to spot it earlier than you're able to spot it in other places because they tend to be exploitative. So there are more problems in interpersonal relationships than in any other areas of life for them.
And what is this narcissistic person or even someone with a narcissistic trait actually feeling beneath all this hoo-ha and grandiosity?
So actually, that's the most interesting part because unlike that grandiose exterior, what they are feeling inside are 3 problematic emotions, which are very real and very troublesome. One is envy, another is fear, and the third is shame. And these are very real. They are feeling these in a very real manner and suffering from this. And because of that, they are, at the mercy of other people because the way they look at themselves, they look at their own self-image is how you look at them or how they think you are looking at them. So their self-image ends up becoming very, very fragile and it changes from person to person. And probably that is why there is so much stress on entitlement and grandiosity and need for admiration, because it's your admiration that cultivates their self image for them.
Got it.